In the last couple of lives and couple that I've said that once we wrest this government from this psychotic episode, when we come back, we have to strip out and rebuild from the roots. It's kind of like think of it as a vineyard. Sometimes you have to cut back the bad vines to rebuild. And some of the bad vines that I have said that need to be cut are dark money. We need to make sure we don't have 90 fucking year old people in Congress. That's term limits. And we have no gerrymandering. We have a simple across the country based on with a bipartisan or nonpartisan state. Each state has their own nonpartisan board to set correct districts as per population, not because someone won an election. And for me, my personal favorite, get rid of the fucking electoral college because that is a fucking dinosaur designed to help slave states. All right, that's just my small list. But the one thing we will get rid of for both the Republican and Democratic Party is the current leaderships, especially in the motherfucking Democratic Party. I haven't been voting Democratic forever. Okay, admires admire Democratic politicians in the past, but right now there's no one to admire in Washington outside of AOC and maybe Jasmine Crockett, because Congressman Al Green, did some good trouble. He's 75. He's seen the wars. He's seen what goes on. He listened to his constituents about Medicaid, and he stood up knowing he was going to probably pay a price because that's what good trouble is. You know what's coming. He wasn't doing to be disrespectful. He was doing to protest what was going on, and he stood up and pointed at the president, and he just basically called him out. Now, before you start talking about, disrespect and all that, remember the last couple of times Biden spoke, when he was president, you had Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert screaming liar to her, and they didn't lie to him, and they didn't throw them out for being disruptive. No, no. But also, Joe Biden went and punched him in the mouth because, you know why? Because he's a man, and Donald Trump is a big-ass wimp. That's why he had people throw the House deputy of the House throw him, remove him from the chamber. And asked later, he goes, you know what's going to happen? He goes, I don't care. I'll take any punishment. See, that's good trouble. He knew what was getting into. So here came the censure vote because, the Republicans are coming for this guy. Now, if every Democrat votes against censure, Al Green is not censored. 10 motherfucking congressional Democrats voted to censure Al Green. 10. The Democratic Party is fucking broken. They don't stick together. And partly because, I'll be honest, that's a black man. They didn't give a shit. One of them was Jamie Raskin. What the fuck happened to you, Jamie? How much money did they slide you to become a Trump LaFuck? If you live in those districts of the 10, they need to be removed. And it's time to look at the Democratic leadership, because once we get this back, that leadership has got to go, especially Nancy Pelosi. And I'm still leaning toward getting rid of Hakeem Jeffries. But if we can win the House and he gets the speakership and he doesn't fucking go into a bipartisan bullshit and takes a whip to some people, then cool. But right now, and one of the things that we'll be part of, we need to fix this shit to unfuck everything. And once we get there, is purging the Democratic Party of people who don't see the big picture, who live in their fucking Washington bubble, which makes them no different than fucking Republicans. So to those Democrats, you are weak. You don't know history. You don't know what John Lewis was doing, what Al Green was doing. He was doing with John Lewis. And John Lewis walked the Pettus Bridge. John Lewis knew what was at the end of that bridge. They knew the pain. Yeah, the censorship isn't as bad as police beating people and fire hoses. But it was good trouble. And for the Democrats to do that, they're no better than those Southern sheriffs that did that to John Lewis and his folk on the Pettus Bridge.